Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
21 Pilots news here in Music Entertainment News. But remember, coming up at the end of Music Entertainment News, a chance not only to win tickets for 3 Days Grace at the Allstate Arena Monday, March 9th, but you'll be on stage with them. That's all coming up in just a few minutes. First, some pretty good breaking news here in Music Entertainment News. This came from Kenzie yesterday. She texted me in case, knowing how much myself and Case worship the movie Heat, starring Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Tom Sizemore, Val Kilmer, and more. Two of them have already passed on, by the way. Very sad legacy to Heat 2, or Heat, I should say. But Heat 2, a lot of rumors to this coming on, and Christian Bale has revealed that he will star in Heat 2 alongside Leonardo DiCaprio.
Whoa, I love it.
How is it possible to get that staff, that squad, my guys right there in Heat 2, already locked up? Because when it first came out, I thought, it's not going to happen. They're talking about it in Hollywood. They'll throw around a script and eventually it just won't go for whatever reason. A lot of great sequels to incredible movies have fallen apart. This is not falling apart. This is Christian Bale and Leonardo DiCaprio.
This is like the opposite of falling apart.
Yeah, this is unbelievable.
Adam Driver, also rumored to be in this project.
OMG.
I know. Michael Mann, the original director of Heat.
I love it.
I was going to brush past that.
And by the way, that's Kenzie not being a Star Wars fan, gushing over Adam Driver.
Kenzie, what is your connection to Adam Driver? What do you like him in? Or do you just like the way that he looks? Because I get that.
No, honestly, I would say that I'm not like hot for Adam Driver.
I think it didn't sound like that. It was OMG.
I have an ex who is incredibly, like, Adam Driver's
really?
her guy.
Oh, well, I love him in House of Gucci.
Oh.
Like, I love him in House of
Interesting.
Gucci.
Okay, all right. And your connection to Adam Driver is Star Wars?
Me, it is. Yeah, Star
Okay.
Wars.
My
And,
connection to Adam Driver is HBO's Girls, starring Lena Dunham and Adam Driver. He's excellent in that show.
just at the point when I shouldn't be a spoiler to The Force Awakens, but
a movie that's 10 years old.
I have to do something. I just don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it. And then he says, go ahead and do it. And then he does it. And that's a bad thing he did it.
That's tough.
I'm not spoiling the movie. I'm
The
just
complicated legacy of
That was
Kylo
actually
Ren.
a very confusing breakdown of that movie.
Kenzie, come over this weekend. We'll watch The Force Awakens.
Okay.
And Kenzie's never seen one Star Wars movie.
Oh, is that a Star Wars movie?
Can you imagine trying to explain starting at The Force Awakens,
No.
where we're at in the story?
And I know Kenzie's going to be difficult. She's not going to want to understand it either.
I didn't know that was a Star Wars movie. What's it called?
The Force Awakens.
I thought that was just his own movie.
But I will say, to Kenzie's point, that just seeing Adam Driver, he's a very interesting looking guy.
He is. I'm fascinated by him.
You know, he was in like the Marines, right?
Yes.
He just, was
Like the real Marines or a movie?
the real Marines.
He was not in The Marine with John Cena. He was in The Marines, the military branch.
And by the way,
Clarify.
and by the way, this news of Christian Bale revealing that he's in Heat 2 was broken by our guy Jake Hamilton, Jake's Takes here on Good Day Chicago.
Amazing. Yes, at Fox.
Yeah,
Love him.
Emmy-winning entertainment reporter, always gets the thing there. He's been nationally recognized for all that. So he got that story broken that Christian Bale, Leo, Adam Driver alleged, but he hasn't confirmed he's in
I
the
don't
project.
believe Adam Driver has confirmed, but he's been heavily tied to this project for as long as these rumors have been around.
Now, Heat, Case reviewed that movie, and it's become his Mount Rushmore, on the Mount Rushmore of movies when you didn't see many movies 2 years ago, and now Heat is up there for you.
We did the Heat review last June in honor of Jeremy Piven joining us in the studio. We called it...
I forgot that's why we did it.
We called it a Jeremy Piven vehicle. He's in the movie for 30 seconds.
I hope he's in the next one.
I hope he is too. But we were looking for an excuse to do Heat. I really wanted to watch it. We found our excuse, which was interviewing Jeremy Piven so we could ask him about what it was like auditioning for Heat. That all lives on the Brian and Kenzie podcast and the Q101 YouTube channel. But it is a movie that I still feel like maybe I didn't do the best job portraying how mind-blowing this movie was to me the first time that I watched it. And I have it on all the time. I own it digitally. I just like putting it on. I like jumping into it at random points. It is a movie that has not only become a Mount Rushmore movie for me, it's changed the way I speak. It's changed my dialect. I'm constantly quoting Heat. I get asked a lot of the time, during the commercial break or during songs, what do you and Brian and Kenzie do? The answer is quote Heat. The answer is reenact this 3-hour movie.
And Kenzie puts her headphones
Brian,
on. Yeah.
I was going to say, let me interject, because I haven't seen it yet, and I'm certain you guys are almost convinced me.
Kenzie puts her headphones on or leaves the room when me and Case do the barbecue and ball games monologue, which is... I'm trying to get this through to our audience. Does this line carry like it does with me and you? Because we do it every day. And I mean every day at some point this comes
To be honest,
up.
I kind of hate the movie because you guys.
Yeah. Should I play that piece of audio
Let's
first?
play barbecues and ball games. This is
Oh no, you pulled a bunch of audio.
Yeah, Kenzie, buckle up, Kenzie. We got a couple pieces of audio we're going to play.
so. This is De Niro and Pacino, cop and criminal, eating dinner together. It's one of the most famous scenes of the '90s. Pivotal part of the movie. And they're talking about how they love what they do. Pacino's talking about how he loves trying to catch criminals. De Niro's talking about how much he loves being a criminal. And they start talking about, quote, a normal type life. What is that? Barbecues and ball games. They are disgusted by this idea. Every time Brian and I hear this clip, we think about how awesome it is to A, be at a barbecue, and B, go to a ball game.
I do what I do best. I take scores. You do what you do best, trying to stop guys like me.
So you never wanted a regular type life?
The f*** is that? Barbecues and ball games?
Yeah.
This regular type life, that your life?
My life? No, my life. No, my life's a disaster zone. I got a stepdaughter so up because her real father's this large type ass. I got a wife. We're passing each other on the downslope of a marriage, my third, because I spend all my time chasing guys like you around the block. That's my life.
Kenzie, do you just love that to death or no?
No. I don't.
And even after Kenzie leaves, I'll be in the hallway with Case, and I go like, so what are you gonna do this weekend? Some barbecue and ball games?
By the way, Brian, you'd be like, yeah. Like, you love both of those things.
I love barbecue and ball games. But then when Robert De Niro goes back to him, that your life? Nope, my life? No, that's a disaster zone. My life.
That's what I want from everybody going forward is if you could hear this, the next time you are asked, hey, how are you? My life? My life's a disaster zone. That should be the response. When I see everybody at Lizzie McNeil's Friday, March 13th for our live St. Patrick's Day broadcast, when I ask you how you're doing, you better respond with, my life? My life's a disaster zone.
Oh, God, it's so good.
The thing is, this Case keeps quoting this movie around me, and I haven't seen it, and I just think he's saying stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. Well.
That's what I'm trying to do. I don't know if we're doing the best job of it, because when I saw this movie 30 years ago, I saw it, and I thought it was an incredible movie. But it is aged better than almost any movie I've seen in my life as far as seeing how its greatness.
The dialogue
later.
is just so rich in this movie. I mean, it's a tremendous action movie. You could watch it as a popcorn movie and just enjoy the shootout and the robbery and all those things. But the dialogue is what continues pulling me back to this movie.
Yeah, the other piece of audio, well, there's a couple pieces, but this one about holding on to my angst. Mm-hmm. And Kenzie knows this line way too well, too. He's over it. This is him talking to his wife. He's going to probably divorce because they're having a tough marriage.
Third, by the way.
Third wife.
His third. He doesn't like staying home. It's his third wife.
That's another line from John Voight in the movie when Robert De Niro gets reviews about the police that are chasing him because he's so thorough in his analysis of, can I get this bank job off? And John Voight is this kind of undercover investigator, not a cop. He's like a criminal, too. And he goes, the guy's had 3 divorces. What do you think? He likes going home?
Kenzie, I see a smile. It's pretty good, right?
That was funny.
Maybe we should do a screening in the lounge of this movie and invite just whoever wants to come.
God, I would love that.
Yeah. But this is a scene where, because his wife, the actress plays his wife, she's right back with Al Pacino. Mm-hmm. Bam, bam, bam. He's trying to get one over on
It's
her.
like a heavyweight fight.
Yeah,
this is like Ali and Foreman.
The lines in this 1-minute scene about why he's not communicating in the marriage is maybe the best ever put on film. And here it is.
I told you when we hooked up, baby, that you were going to have to share me with all the bad people and all the ugly events on this planet.
And I bought into that sharing because I love you. I love you fat, bald, money, no money, driving a bus. I don't care. But you have got to be present like a normal guy some of the time. That's sharing. This is not sharing. This is leftovers.
I see. What I should do is come home and say, hi, honey, guess what? I walked into this house today where this junkie ass just fried his baby in a microwave because it was crying too loud, so let me share that with you. Come on, let's share that. And in sharing it, we'll somehow cathartically dispel all that heinous shit, right? Wrong. You know why?
Because you prefer the normal routine. We then you lose the power of speech.
Because I got a hold on my angst. I preserve it because I need it. It keeps me sharp, on the edge, where I gotta be.
See, Case loves that because he loves his angst.
I love his angst.
I
I hold on to my angst, too.
Got to hold on. Her
How
line.
in what way can you relate? This is where both of you are so delusional. You think you're Robert and you're Al Pacino. You two going back and forth.
Yeah.
You guys can't relate to this life.
It's a fantasy life. It's movies. I want to be these people.
You think this is you. You're watching it like, yeah, that's me.
That's
and
me.
it's not you.
That's
it's
how I
not
describe
you.
my job as executive producer for the show. I gotta stay on the edge. I gotta hold on to my angst. That's why after we sleep together, I stop talking to you because I gotta hold on to my angst. That's what I'm telling the women in my life.
And she needs credit.
What woman in your life?
Relax.
Oh boy, she needs credit. The actress, because she didn't have many big movies. I don't know why. Diane Venora, and when she says the line, "No, prefer the usual routine. We F and you lose the power of speech." Bam! What a comeback! She crushed him, but he kept
Brian's
going.
acting like he just heard this. Look at it. It's unbelievable.
30 years this movie is. 1995, over 30 years. So Heat 2 is verified with Christian Bale and Leonardo DiCaprio. And at that time, like to put Al Pacino and Robert De Niro in a movie, that was since The Godfather. They hadn't done a movie together. So epic, incredible. It's on the way. So here's what we're going to do. Coming up in just 3 minutes, your chance at 3 Days Grace tickets and get on stage with 3 Days Grace. Plus, we got some big announcements about some festivals coming that you're going to be interested in, including 21 Pilots, part of one of them.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
Mike in Hoffman Estates, dying for Pierce the Veil. Got it in for you there, Mike. And for everybody in Hoffman Estates that you represent, we know you are the leader of Hoffman Estates. Now, we're finishing up music entertainment news with a couple things. We have those 3 Days Grace tickets coming and a chance to be on stage with them. But the Shaky Knees Festival was announced yesterday. Same weekend as Riot Fest as well in Atlanta. You get the Strokes, Turnstile, Fontaines DC, Geese, Hot Mulligan, 21 Pilots, Pierce the Veil, just heard them. Pavement, Jimmy Eat World, Taking Back Sunday, Gorillaz, LCD Sound System, Knocked Loose, Modest Mouse, the Wu-Tang Clan. I can't believe that's a real festival.
Yeah, God, I hope that all ends up at Riot Fest because that sounds awesome.
And that sometimes happens. Same week.
Copy-paste email.
Yeah. Also, same weekend as Lollapalooza, the Osheaga Festival got announced in Canada. So that has Lorde, 21 Pilots, the XX, the Neighborhood, Geese, Wet Leg, Turnstile, Mountjoy, Franz Ferdinand, Finn Wolfhard, and of Monsters and Men and more. So these festivals are just lining up for 2026, and we send you to most of these, so keep listening for that. Now, we are definitely going to get you to 3 Days Grace at the Allstate Arena Monday, March 9th. Tickets are on sale now. That will be a phenomenal show. And all week we're playing Finish the Lyrics. So here we go. 3 Days Grace, call now and finish the lyrics. Living in a world so cold, wasting away, living in a shell with no soul, since blank.
Brian, it sounds like you're really opening up. And I appreciate that.
Fill in the blank. 312-591-8300. The first person, you are going to 3 Days Grace at the Allstate Arena, and you will get a chance to be on stage with them from our great friends, Q Prime. They're helping us out with that, and we love them and love that we can do that to you through them. So call now, 312-591-8300.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
What are you taking away from today's show with Brian and Kenzie on Q101? Texting your takeaway right now, 312-591-8300. Something that you're taking away from today's show, something memorable to you. So text in your takeaway, 312-591-8300. As the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, we went through this a little bit earlier, they dropped this morning this year's list of the 17 nominees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It includes 10 who have landed on the ballot for the first time, but let's do the ones that are returning to the ballot first, which is the Black Crowes. You've got Mariah Carey back on the list, Billy Idol, Iron Maiden, and there's a big online contingent to get them in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for many, many, many years. Joy Division / New Order, Oasis, they were on last year, Sade. So that's the ones that are returning to the ballot for this year. Now, new to the ballot, first-time nominee Jeff Buckley, who I think is so appropriate and so incredible to get him in as a first-time nominee for the influence he had. You know, you go through it like Tom York of Radiohead and Matt Bellamy of Muse, and specifically Matt Bellamy saying that I don't think Muse would be a band if I didn't hear Jeff Buckley and learn that I could sing like that and be successful. Never heard a singer like Jeff Buckley, who was just not only an incredible singer, but the guitar player he was ridiculous. So first-time nominee also In Excess. At one point, one of the biggest bands in the world, but cut short because of Michael Hutchins dying. But they really owned the world at one point. Phil Collins is a first-time nominee as a solo artist. He's already in with Genesis, but he is now for a solo artist, which his solo career was as big as his Genesis stuff. Maybe bigger. I don't know.
He's an icon. He's amazing.
I'd be curious to do the album sales specifically on that with Phil Collins solo to Genesis.
Well, I think because of the Disney Tarzan album, it really, I would argue that it dominates.
Do you own that CD?
No, because I don't own CDs.
Well, I'm saying that at the time, CDs were popular when that movie came out, so people did probably buy it at some point.
It's so good.
Yeah. Melissa Etheridge is also a first-time nominee. Lauryn Hill, first-time nominee. New Edition got on there. I want to see them selling that one. I listen.
Lauryn Hill?
No, New Edition.
Oh, New Edition. I'm sorry. It's like, oh, whoa, we're going to have to fight for a second. None of the New Edition.
You fight on all these pretty much, but New Edition, I just think, listen, I like them. They're cute. I don't know about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay, I'll punch you in the face right now.
You want New Edition of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame right now?
What do you, right now? I first off, I don't feel compelled that anybody has to be in right this second. I'm
Well,
not
it's a
stressed
first-time
about
nominee, New Edition. They can wait a while. Pink is a first-time nominee. Shakira, Luther Vandross, rest in peace. I went over quick so I didn't get a scream on that one. And the Wu-Tang Clan.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a lot of them. They probably won't
That's
put
a
that.
lot of people to put in.
I was going to say, they don't want to put them in because they have to fly a whole crap load of people over. It's all very expensive.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame goes bankrupt because they inducted Wu-Tang.
ODB didn't live to see it.
Oh, it's too bad.
We'll see
So
what
how
happens.
many make it in?
That's a good question. I don't know if
Well,
it's a
there's
specific...
no limit in terms of how many can make it in. They have to pass a certain voting threshold. I know your idea in previous years has been that one artist should get in a year.
That's what it should be. That would be a really big deal.
Well,
There's not
would
even
be.
a limit of how many people can get in.
Yeah, but it's usually, I want to say, is it, of like this list of 17 nominees, they have special awards for certain people on it too when you watch the show. But is it maybe something like 6 or 7 usually?
It all just depends on how the voting base shakes out. So if you're a voter for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you get 7 votes for this year's ballot. There's 17 people total. You can vote up for up to 7 people. We'll learn the results in April. Those people will get in. But they're, depending on how the voting shakes out, mathematically not everybody can get in, but there's no limit.
And not
on how
everybody
many.
can vote.
No. We shared our ballots on Facebook and Instagram this morning, Q101 Chicago, but we do not get to vote in the legitimate Hall of Fame,
Now,
unfortunately.
as a voter, are you allowed to take 7 votes and put them on one person? If you're like super, like they deserve it a lot.
I love how your brain works, but no.
Kenzie pictures this as like some kind of like a country club raffle
Yeah.
where you put your tickets all in one box.
I'm just asking. If
not
you're
a
like, no,
silent
they deserve it the
auction.
most.
Honestly, I think that'd be a good idea if you could do that. Like, I
You
want
should
only
be
one
able
person.
to.
I want to make sure one person gets in, so I'm putting them all on Jeff Buckley.
Oh, Buckley would be your top pick of this is the person that deserves it the most.
Especially being a first time, I think he deserves it for his influence and a tragic end. He died at 30 years old, almost 30 years ago. And I think I want Billy Idol in there for what he's done, if not just only for the Wedding Singer.
Good performance.
Iron Maiden, they definitely deserve to be in there. Their influence on like people like the Pumpkins is obvious. And Sum 41, like the bands in our world, Iron Maiden influenced so many.
In 30 seconds, can you explain to me the Iron Maiden thing? Just what they've done.
Well, they were one of the first bands to take 2 guitars and harmonize. When you hear Sum 41 do those solos, they're always, it seems, harmonized.
Mm-hmm.
That's Iron Maiden. Like, they worshipped Iron Maiden, Sum 41 did.
Okay.
Billy Corrigan worshipped Iron Maiden. A lot of the bands
Brian
that are in
thinks
our
it's the Influencer Hall of Fame.
Well, if you haven't influenced anybody, you ain't crap. You know what I mean? It's not just being a band yourself, but hopefully if you've done that, and I'm just trying to relate to Q101 listener.
No,
but
that worked out. It answers my question. Thank you.
that's what I say. Joy Division, New Order, no question being there. Also, short run of Joy Division, obviously. And Oasis deserves it for, well, just kicking ass last year at Soldier Field.
The kicking ass category.
That's it. Kenzie, what do you want in for sure?
Okay, I think Oasis, out of everybody on the list, deserves it the most. Overarching, they should already be in there. It's kind of weird that they're not. Then, out of new, I would say Phil Collins deserves it the second most.
Yeah.
Because he's un-effing believable. It's what he's done with music is everything. And then my third is Shakira. She plays so many instruments. She sings in so many languages. She she can do everything. It's unbelievable.
She won me over at the halftime show with J-Lo.
I'm glad that she finally got you.
Well, I already did.
I'm not even gonna get into it, Case. I'm not doing
I
that.
already didn't like her, but she came out playing electric guitar, and I'm like, done.
Wow,
That's all I need.
This broad can shred.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well, honestly, what ended up happening is, of course, she was like a Latin artist, and then her favorite groups though are, I think her favorite group of all time actually is like Nirvana.
Like a rock
and
bands.
she always thought she was going to be like in a hard rock category, but then her Latin music crossed over on top 40 charts, and then she ended up putting out more because like she kind of got branded as that. But it was just her Latin songs that started to cross over.
Yeah, why not make $100 million and then I can play a rock album? Then I
So
can
it's
do
like,
that
okay.
later on.
And then she has put out obviously more in that, zone. She has songs with Carlos Santana and just all sorts of crazy stuff. So she's
Also, not tough on the eyes.
No, and that is an important category in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
yeah, you have to be hot.
Kicking ass and hot. Those are the two things voters look for.
Boom. All right, Case, what do you got? Guaranteed lock. Stone Cold lock.
Real quick to put a bow on this. Genesis sold over 100 million records, and Phil Collins as a solo artist sold over 150 million records.
God.
So Collins as a solo artist, your victor there.
Incredible.
The band that I think deserves to be in the most is the Joy Division New Order contingent, combining both of those bands. I just heard an interview with Billy Corgan where he said that Joy Division is the single most influential band in modern music, which I agree with. It's unfortunate that Ian Curtis's life was as short as it was, but when you combine the impact of Joy Division with the lasting legacy of New Order, I think that is the strongest band on the ballot.
It's amazing. We got a takeaway from Juan. An early takeaway. Takeaway. This broad can shred.
That's nice.
But more of your takeaways coming up.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Lauren on her way in this beautiful, sunny Wednesday. Tomorrow, Ticket Blitz Thursday, Rufus Du Sol. 8 o'clock, among all the other giveaways we've given away all week. Incredible with the Mumford, with the Bad Omens, with the 3 Days Grace. We have so much for you tomorrow on the show. Now let's get to your takeaways from today's show, something that was memorable to you on the show today. Case, what do you have?
Takeaway from Joe, when I ask how are you doing at our live Lizzie McNeil's broadcast on Friday, March 13th, the answer should be, my life is a disaster zone. The only acceptable answer when I ask how you're doing.
Going to a barbecue and a ball game after the broadcast.
Oh, God. I've had enough. Stop.
All right, Kenzie, what do you got?
Takeaway from Corey, whammo, the forgotten catchphrase of the 90s.
Yeah. Boom.
Whammo.
And finally, Drama checked in from Aurora. Is it Johnny Drama living in Aurora listening to the show? I'd appreciate that.
Yes.
Drama says, takeaway. My Uber app isn't loading on my iPhone's desktop. Still not, by the way.
Your Uber app still hasn't loaded?
I don't know what's going on.
You're never going to be able to use that again.
Sorry.
Probably banned. You probably like assaulted the last driver.
Did you beat up a driver?
Verbally, probably. Yeah.
God.
But listen, Lyft, hello. I've been using Lyft lately now. Case, what do you got on the podcast?
On the Brian and Kenzie podcast this morning, Brian and Kenzie forced me to relive my most embarrassing moment in the show as we were talking about the WGN layoffs and Brono Tumulty. We replayed that audio of Brian asking her if she would go to Oasis with me, and the result did not go the way that I wanted it to.
I passed her a note.
Do you like Oasis? Yes. Do you like Case? No. That's how that went. Also on the Brian and Kenzie podcast today, Kenzie talked about the time that John Mellencamp yelled at her. Very unfortunate experience for her. And it's Wednesday, so new head to headlines. And this one was a doozy. If you would like to hear Brian and Kenzie bring a man to justice for he was in prison for crimes that we don't think he committed, that lives on head to headlines today.
One more late takeaway coming in from Angel. Takeaway. I love your mom. Case. Okay, love her a little less.
Please.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.